looked at someone and thought, they're fine, they've got it together. Maybe it's a classmate who always seems confident, a friend who's always smiling, or even someone you barely know but you assume because of what they show you. We do this all the time, judging people based on what's visible. What we forget is how much effort goes into looking okay. Because most of us are experts at hiding. When I became an older sister, everyone around me told me how lucky I was. They said I'd be a great role model, that I'd grow up faster, that I'd learn responsibility. And on the outside, I did exactly that. I learned responsibility. I acted mature. But no one really prepares you for how strange it feels to stop being the only child in your story. I wasn't prepared for sharing the love of my parents. Not because there was less of it, but because I didn't know how to live without being the center of it. So, I adapted quickly. I started noticing the small things. When the house was loud, I became quiet. When everyone else was tired, I tried not to need anything. I quickly realized that being helpful got appreciation and that being needed got concern. And because concern felt heavy, I started avoiding it. I became this version of myself people needed me to be. The version that caused less trouble. And sooner or later, I stopped realizing which version was truly me. And because I was not the center of my parents' worlds anymore, and even though that's a natural part of life, it felt like a loss. A quiet loss I wasn't allowed to grieve. I knew they loved me, truly, unconditionally. But it was a fact that I knew logically, not something that I could take in emotionally somehow. While all of this was happening, everything else in my life changed too. We shifted from Ahmedabad to Surat, and suddenly nothing felt familiar anymore. New house, new school, new faces. While I was still trying to understand what it meant to be an older sister, I was also trying to figure out where I fit in this new place. I didn't just lose my position at home, I lost my sense of familiarity. So, I adapted even faster. I stayed quieter. I tried harder to blend in. Because you quickly realize that being easy is safer than being honest. At school, I observed people. I noticed how they laughed, how they disagreed, even how they spoke. I hid myself, my true self. It's the constant pressure every day to fit in, to be liked by people. Inside, something shifted in a way I didn't know how to explain. So instead of talking about it, I swallowed it. I told myself that my feelings were selfish, that growing up meant staying silent. That's when I started wearing a mask. On the outside, I looked confident and capable. I seemed mature. I seemed strong. But beneath that, I was constantly questioning myself, wondering if my feelings were valid, wondering if I was allowed to take up space anymore. I wanted to be seen, but I didn't want to seem ungrateful. I wanted to be understood, but I was afraid of being judged. And this is something I've realized since then. Wearing a mask doesn't mean you're pretending. Wearing a mask means you're protecting yourself. We wear masks to fit in, to avoid conflict, to meet expectations, to survive. And because everybody is masking, we start assuming. We assume confidence means certainty. We assume calm means strength. We assume someone who looks okay must be okay. But those assumptions can be dangerous. They stop us from asking questions. They stop us from listening. They stop us from seeing the stories that shape people, the sacrifices, the fears, the part of themselves that they've learned to hide deep away inside them. And here's the turning point for me. I didn't realize I was wearing a mask until I started believing it was my real face. Until I stopped asking myself how I felt at all. Until silence became normal. That scared me. Because I understood something then. If I could disappear inside my own life by looking completely fine, then anyone could. Everybody you meet has learned to hide a part of themselves. When we judge on the surface, we miss the truth beneath it. For me, unmasking didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly, through reflection, honesty, and learning to sit with the uncomfortable emotions. While I was still trying to figure out my own hidden story, something else changed too. I stopped assuming about others. I became more patient, more curious, more empathetic. Because empathy doesn't start with agreement. It starts with understanding. You don't meet most people. You meet the version that they've learned is safest to show. You meet the mask that survived, not the fear underneath it. Not the questions they ask themselves. Not the words they rehearse but never say. And maybe the most dangerous assumption we make is not about others, but about ourselves. We tell ourselves that staying quiet is maturity, that hiding is strength, that being needed is the same as being seen. But it isn't. Because unmasking doesn't make us weak. It does not make us selfish. It does not make us less. Unmasking is the moment we stop disappearing. And if there's one thing I hope you take from this, it's this. The person you never meet is the one who needs understanding the most. Don't let that person be you. Thank you.